Most people lose money before they ever touch it. Not because they are lazy, not because they are cursed, but because they chase wealth with the wrong spirit and the wrong habits. And if you don't fix those habits now, money will not bless you. It will expose you. It will amplify your flaws, and it will turn your dream into a burden. So before you chase money, you need to hear this, because King Solomon is remembered as one of the richest men to ever live. But his wealth was not just about gold. It was about principles, hidden rules, quiet disciplines. And if you understand them, you will stop running after money like a desperate person, and you will start building wealth like a wise king. Today, I'm going to show you the wealth principles most people ignore. Not the loud ones, not the trendy ones, the quiet ones, the ones that protect your peace, the ones that build real success, and the ones that keep wealth in your hands for generations. If you're ready, stay with me. This might be one of the most important videos you ever watch for your future. And if you're the kind of person who wants to build wealth with wisdom, not ego, go ahead and like this video early, because what I'm about to share isn't noise, it's direction. Now listen closely. There is a reason Solomon was trusted with wealth. It wasn't because he had the best business plan. It wasn't because he had the biggest network. It wasn't because he was lucky. It was because he understood something most people never learn. Wealth is not attracted to talking. Wealth is attracted to wisdom, and wisdom is often quiet. Let's start with something that might shock you. Too much talking will destroy your wealth before it starts. Not because talking is evil, but because talking is often a sign of inner insecurity. A man who talks too much is usually trying to prove something. He is trying to sound important. He is trying to look like he has it together. He is trying to convince others, and sometimes convince himself. And when you talk too much, you leak power. You leak focus. You leak strategy. You leak momentum. You tell people your plans before they are built. You tell people your next move before it is ready. You tell people your dreams before they are protected. And you don't even realize you're doing it. Solomon understood the power of measured speech. He understood that words can build, but they can also expose. And the world is full of people who don't want to see you rise, not because they hate you personally, but because your success reminds them of what they avoided. So they will smile, they will clap, they will say, "I'm proud of you." And then quietly, they will plant doubt in your mind, or they will compete with you, or they will spread your idea, or they will discourage you, and you will wonder why your motivation disappeared. Let me tell you something simple. Your vision does not need applause. It needs protection. And many people are broke, not because they don't have ideas, but because they speak their ideas into the wrong atmosphere. Here is a practical rule you can apply today. If you have a plan, work on it in silence. Let your results speak. Let your discipline speak. Let your consistency speak. Because money respects results, not announcements. And if you are someone who talks too much, don't feel ashamed. Just become aware. Start practicing the discipline of silence. Not cold silence, not rude silence, wise silence. The kind of silence that builds, the kind of silence that sharpens, the kind of silence that makes people wonder, how did they do it? Now let's go deeper, because too much talking is often connected to something even more dangerous. Pride. Pride is one of the fastest ways to lose money. And most people don't think they are prideful. They think pride is only arrogance. They think pride is only loud confidence. But pride can be quiet too. Pride can look like this. I don't need help. I don't need advice. I already know. I'm smarter than them. I'll prove them wrong. Pride can even look spiritual. It can look like someone saying, God is with me, so I don't need to prepare. No, that is not faith. That is ego wearing a religious mask. Solomon's wisdom wasn't just about gaining wealth. It was about keeping wealth. And wealth is not kept by pride. Wealth is kept by humility. Humility is not thinking you are small. Humility is thinking clearly. It's knowing what you don't know. It's staying teachable. It's being willing to learn from people who are ahead of you. It's being willing to listen to correction without getting offended. And if you want to be wealthy in a way that lasts, you must become allergic to pride, because pride makes you ignore warning signs. Pride makes you spend money to impress people. Pride makes you take risks you haven't studied. Pride makes you reject good advice. Pride makes you overestimate your strength. And then life humbles you. And life does not humble gently. Life humbles with consequence. Here's a story. There was a young man who started a business. He was talented. He was ambitious. He had a gift. And in his first year, he made more money than he ever made in his life. He felt unstoppable. So he upgraded everything. New car, new clothes, new lifestyle. He started posting online. He started talking big. He started acting like he was already a king. But behind the scenes, he stopped tracking his spending. He stopped saving. He stopped listening to older mentors. He stopped learning. And the moment his business slowed down, everything collapsed. Not because he was cursed, because he was proud. He built his wealth on excitement instead of discipline. And that is what pride does. It makes you chase the feeling of success instead of the foundation of success. So let me ask you a question. Are you chasing wealth, or are you building wisdom? Because wisdom will make you wealthy, but wealth will not automatically make you wise. Now, if this is already helping you, take a second to like the video and share it with someone who needs to hear it. Because too many people are chasing money and losing themselves. Now let's talk about something that most people misunderstand. Secrecy. Some people think secrecy is selfish, but wise secrecy is protection. Solomon didn't broadcast his strategies to everyone. He didn't give every person access to his plans. He understood something. Not everyone deserves the full version of you. Not everyone deserves to know what you're building. Not everyone deserves to know what you're working on. Because access is a form of trust, and trust must be earned. Let me make this practical. If you tell everyone your business idea, you will attract 3 types of people. People who want to copy it, people who want to criticize it, and people who want to benefit from it without helping you. But if you keep your plan quiet, you attract a different kind of energy. You attract focus. You attract clarity. You attract progress. And when you finally reveal it, you reveal results. And results speak louder than dreams. Now listen. Secrecy is not hiding because you're afraid. It's hiding because you're wise. A seed grows best underground. A baby grows best in the womb. A foundation is laid before the house is shown. And wealth works the same way. If you want to build something powerful, build it in private. Protect it. Pray over it. Work on it, strengthen it, and then reveal it when it can stand. Let me give you a practical action. Choose 3 people. Only 3. These are your counsel people, your wisdom circle, the ones who are proven, the ones who are mature, the ones who want you to win for real. Not for entertainment, not for gossip, not for competition, just real. And when you need to speak, speak to them. But stop giving your future to random listeners, because random listeners are not responsible for your outcome. Now, there is another principle Solomon understood, and this one separates people who get money from people who keep money, giving to the poor. Now let me be very clear. This is not about giving so you can show off. This is not about giving so you can feel superior. This is not about giving so people can praise you. This is about understanding spiritual economics. If you only know how to receive, you will never become wealthy in a healthy way, because receiving without giving makes you greedy, and greed makes you blind. But when you learn to give, you develop a different spirit. You develop stewardship. You develop compassion. You develop responsibility. And you start seeing money as a tool, not a trophy. Solomon understood that wealth without generosity becomes poison, because wealth is not just about what you can buy. It's about what you can build. It's about what you can heal. It's about what you can restore. It's about the people you can lift. Now here's what most people miss. Giving is not just charity. Giving is training. It trains your heart. It trains your hands. It trains you to hold money without worshiping it, because money is a dangerous master. And if you don't train your spirit, money will control you. So let me give you a simple practice. Even if you are not rich yet, start giving now. Not because you have so much, but because you are building the habit. Give a small amount consistently. Support someone quietly. Feed someone. Help a family. Buy groceries for a single mother. Pay for someone's gas. Do it without posting it. Do it without announcing it. And watch what happens inside you. You will start to feel lighter. You will start to feel freer. You will start to realize, I can have money without money having me. And that is the mindset of a king. Now pause, because we've covered a lot already. Too much talking, pride, secrecy, giving to the poor. And if you're still here, I want you to know something. You are not watching this by accident. There is a reason this message is finding you, because you are being prepared for more. Not just more money, more responsibility, more influence, more impact. So, if you haven't yet, subscribe to King's Wisdom and Wealth, because this channel exists for people who are tired of noise and ready for wisdom. Now let's go into the next principle, peace. This one is heavy, because many people want wealth, but they don't want peace. They want excitement. They want status. They want luxury. They want attention. But they don't realize wealth without peace is punishment. Let me say that again. Wealth without peace is punishment. Because if you have money, but you can't sleep, you are not rich. If you have money, but you are always anxious, you are not wealthy. If you have money, but your home is full of tension, you are not successful. If you have money, but you don't trust anyone, you are not free. Solomon understood something most people learn too late. Peace is more valuable than profit, because profit without peace costs too much. It costs your health. It costs your marriage. It costs your children. It costs your soul. And some people are building wealth, but they are losing their life. They are winning in public and dying in private. And that is not the way of wisdom. So what does peace look like in business? It looks like this. You don't chase every deal. You don't partner with everyone. You don't accept money that comes with chaos. You don't build with people who bring confusion. You don't sign contracts you don't understand. You don't borrow money you can't repay. You don't run a business that keeps you stressed every day. You choose a path that lets you breathe, a path that lets you sleep, a path that lets you pray, a path that lets you think clearly. Because peace is a sign. Peace is a signal that you are aligned. And when you lose peace, you need to pay attention, because that is often the warning before the storm. Now here's a practical question. Is the money you are chasing worth the person you are becoming? Because some people chase money and they become impatient. They become harsh. They become dishonest. They become obsessed. They become cold. They become disconnected. And then they finally get the money and they don't even recognize themselves. A king does not trade his peace for coins. A king protects his inner world. Because a king knows if your inner world collapses, your outer world will follow. Now let's talk about the last principle. And this one is the backbone of everything. Discipline. If you don't have discipline, you don't have wealth. You might have money, but you won't have wealth, because wealth is what remains. Wealth is what lasts. Wealth is what grows. And discipline is the system that keeps it alive. Solomon's life shows us something powerful. Wisdom brings wealth, but discipline keeps it. And many people want the reward without the routine. They want the harvest without the planting. They want the lifestyle without the sacrifice. They want the breakthrough without the boring work. But kings don't live that way. Kings do the boring work. Kings wake up when they don't feel like it. Kings study when others scroll. Kings save when others spend. Kings invest when others flex. Kings build when others party. Kings are consistent, not emotional. And discipline is not just about money. Discipline is about your mouth. Discipline is about your thoughts. Discipline is about your habits. Discipline is about your time. Discipline is about your body. Discipline is about your spirit. Because if you cannot control yourself, money will not obey you. Let me say something that might sting a little. If you can't manage your appetite, you won't manage your income. If you can't manage your time, you won't manage your business. If you can't manage your emotions, you won't manage your investments. If you can't manage your mouth, you won't manage your relationships. And relationships are currency. Many people lose wealth, not because they made a bad deal, but because they broke trust. They talked too much. They acted in pride. They moved without peace. They lacked discipline. Now here is the practical strategy. Start small. Discipline is not built in one day. Discipline is built in decisions, tiny decisions, daily decisions, quiet decisions. So choose one area, just one. Maybe it's waking up earlier. Maybe it's tracking your spending. Maybe it's saving a small amount every week. Maybe it's reading wisdom every day. Maybe it's cutting off distractions. Maybe it's learning a high-income skill. Maybe it's building your business for 1 hour daily. But whatever you choose, be consistent. Because consistency is the language of wealth. Not motivation, not hype. Consistency. And when you do this long enough, you become a different person. You become someone who can carry money. You become someone who can handle pressure. You become someone who can lead. You become someone who can build something that lasts. Now, I want to bring all of this together because these principles are connected. Too much talking, pride, secrecy, giving to the poor, peace, discipline. This is not just wealth advice. This is kingdom wisdom. This is the kind of wisdom that builds a legacy. And I want you to understand something. Solomon's wealth was not magic. It was not luck. It was not just inheritance. It was wisdom applied. And wisdom always produces fruit. Now ask yourself, are you the kind of person who talks too much or builds quietly? Are you the kind of person who lets pride lead or stays humble and teachable? Are you the kind of person who exposes your plans or protects them until they are strong? Are you the kind of person who keeps everything or learns to give and stay free? Are you the kind of person who chases money or protects peace? Are you disciplined or are you emotional? These questions are not meant to shame you. They are meant to sharpen you. Because the truth is, you can become the person who builds wealth God's way. You can become the person who changes your family line. You can become the person who breaks the cycle. You can become the person who builds a business with integrity. You can become the person who creates jobs. You can become the person who funds good work. You can become the person who lives in peace. But you must build from wisdom, not from desperation. Because desperation makes you rush. Desperation makes you compromise. Desperation makes you accept anything. Desperation makes you ignore peace. And desperation makes you proud when you get a little success. But wisdom makes you steady. Wisdom makes you patient. Wisdom makes you disciplined. Wisdom makes you quiet. Wisdom makes you generous. Wisdom makes you peaceful. And that is how kings build. So here is the final message. Stop chasing money. Start chasing wisdom. Because money runs from the desperate, but it follows the disciplined. Money avoids the pride, but it stays with the humble. Money slips away from the loud, but it gathers around the wise. And money cannot stay where peace is missing. Now, if this video spoke to you, do 3 things. Like the video, share it with someone you love, and subscribe to King's Wisdom and Wealth, because we are building a community of people who want more than money. People who want wisdom. People who want legacy. People who want wealth with peace. And I want you to remember this line. The richest man is not the one who has the most. The richest man is the one who can carry what he has with peace. Stay disciplined, stay humble, stay quiet, stay generous, protect your peace, and build like a king.